Hi, everybody. I am sitting across from Carlos Valenzuela again, and we're having a really great discussion about the pressure to be productive during the pandemic. Say that three times fast. I think we're all feeling it, and if you're not, that's great. But Carlos and I are, and so Carlos, why don't you share a little bit about what you were talking about earlier?
Well, hello, Anne. Nice to see you again. And it's nice to see behind you these beautiful California plants or nice sunshine. It's very uplifting. Well, I've noticed a lot more marketing. You know, we're all doing what you and I are doing now. Everybody is really at home and spending time in front of the screen. So it's logical that your consumer is there. So this is where you're going to sell it, whatever you've got. And I applaud that. And, you know, I think that's if that's your dream that, you know, you're going to sell a course or a face cream or new underwear. I mean, it doesn't matter what's coming across the screen. We're just, you know, it's out there. The only thing that I would like to bring out, and perhaps for everyone to consider, is don't feel pressure to really make this time so productive that that you're just going to be a whole different person. I think we're under a lot of pressure already. Haven't you noticed, Dan? People are like a little more jittery. This is in Arizona week 3, and people are, I've seen people say, you know, I'm having a difficult time concentrating and staying on point and sleeping. So I guess the point to that, to this whole marketing thing that we're saying and all these sales pitches is they're great, but don't let this be a reason for you to be more stressed out. Don't let this be another race to the top. You know your clients. You know why they come to you. I'm almost, if you don't take a course, they're probably going to still come back because they love you. And if you do take the course, when they come back, you're going to have something to show them, something different. But chill, take a deep breath and step back and use your time in another way. You know, that's not quite so stressful.
Yeah, it can be because we are at home and because we are in front of our screens, we can feel like we have to be educating ourselves every minute, but it is okay to just zone out a little bit. It's okay to be gentle on yourself. It's just getting through daily life is more challenging because a trip to the grocery store is like this heavy weighted thing.
Yes, yes.
So,
And we as hairdressers are used to basically multitasking and doing a lot of things quickly and one right after the other. And now everything is slowed down a bit. And I would say, don't necessarily find something to fill it up just because you have nothing to do, which is useless. Maybe spend some time doing something for yourself, something that you need, some self-care, give yourself a facial, you know. I personally am kind of a neat bug, and I spend my time organizing things because I feel better when things are organized. It's crazy, and I know I've had people that I drive crazy, but if things are organized, and I mean drawers and pencils, all the erasers going that way, points going this way, that's me. Okay, so I will spend time doing that, and it sort of makes me feel good to do that. So that's the most important thing. There's enough stress in a salon professional's life, starting with the stress of just, I mean, remember building a clientele, how stressful that was. I mean, it was hit and miss, and a client would leave and you wouldn't know why. And it's about 2 years to really build a clientele today. That's a long time that you are really going without a lot of things because you're not having the money come in, which is kind of similar to now. And once you get the clientele though, and you keep repeating it over and over and over and over. And I had a conversation with a hairdresser uh, recently, very recently, that said to me something that made me think about sharing this with you. And he said, you know, with this pandemic and not going to the salon, I feel like I don't have a life. And I said, really? You know, because he seems pretty cool. And I feel like I don't have a life. He says, you know, I have a nice car, I have a nice house, I have a nice income, I have a nice life, but somehow I feel like there should be more, because I now realize how much time of my life my profession takes. What a jealous profession it really is. And he said, I think sometimes hairdressers feel that because they've got a full book or they're busy, they've made it. And really, in many cases, it's not so. So anyway, I shared with him that I thought, yes, that you know, having a balance of career and life is always better. And actually, it makes you better all the way around in the salon if you can go away from the salon and do something else. But I think a lot of us hairdressers, we really take care of so many people. I know my hairdresser lady friends, they do a whole bunch of clients, and then no matter how they decide to share or split their duties with their partners or husbands, they still go home and do dinner and take care of the kids and make sure that the laundry's done and whatever. So they're always taking care of a lot of people. And you know, that's one of my themes. One of my themes is make yourself a priority. You know, be number one in your life. And it was really difficult for me to understand that. It took me a while. I didn't even know, I mean, what my priorities were for a while, until you really decide to step back and say, there's more to life than my career. I
Mm.
mean, you have to definitely ask the questions that are important to you.
And this time, I mean, maybe, you know, sometimes I don't feel like doing a lot of soul searching. Sometimes I'm just too tired, but it
Yes.
points up. It does point up. The things that I miss are the things that maybe I undervalued before. And it does help us prioritize a little bit. And you're right, if work is taken from you, what are your other enthusiasms? You know, what are the other things you're interested in that you can still continue to pursue, maybe?
Where's the other passion? I mean, you're passionate about hairdressing. Okay, where's the other stuff? Because you know, if not, you know, you have to do it. And when I do a workshop, as you know, Ann, regarding this type of balance for salon professionals, and one of the questions that, or the exercises that we do is, we simply ask, you know, because we don't know what to ask. I mean, where what questions should I ask? I'm in the salon. I'm fine, especially if you're young. You know, oh, I'm eternal. This is going to go on forever. And well, yes and no. And so the questions that I always ask in this seminar for people to ask themselves, and we write an answer down, is, if you keep doing everything the way you're doing it and you change nothing, I mean, barring winning the lottery, can you tell me what your life will look like 10 years from now? Who will you be with? What will you be doing? Who's your tribe? How are you relating to your world 10 years from now? And if you are really rigorously honest and don't say, well, you know, Mr. So-and-so is going to come and save me. Well, if you're really, really honest and just depend on your own resources, the answers are actually going to be like a little game plan for you on what you need to do. You know, I like my friend said, you know, I don't feel I have a life. And I said, well, this is the chance. This is very good that you know that, because now you know that there's more to life in the salon. And I think the pandemic, this moment of recess that we have when we're sitting staring at the wall, and yeah, I think that would be a really good time to spend on it. But I real good topic to spend, to think about. But I wouldn't necessarily feel, like we said, Anne, that I have to come out a whole different person, a completely revitalized. And I think I'm going to come out wanting to do what I do with a passion, more of a passion. But if you just come out of this with a real huge dose of gratitude, I think you're good.
Perfect. Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Carlos. Thank you. Thank you for ending. I'm grateful you ended with gratitude. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to close, but stay on and we'll talk.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.